I was also able to see a couple charitable organizations that was kind of influenced by Hizmet. I see involvements in many different areas. They didn't help only necessarily people practice Islam or that they are in certain area or region. They primarily try to help humanity. I'll tell you something about trying to organize ourselves here in Trenutno. I'm raised in a family where we always try to help other people without I can also share some of my life experience and the personal values that I always had since I was kind of born in Sarajevo. We lived in a society where we have the 4 biggest religions in a really small area. So we always lived together, close each to each other. We visit each other on any kind of event that they celebrate or we celebrate, they kind of visit us. So as a small kid, I always have good interaction with other religions or people that even not religious. So I see Hizmet really trying to access and make connection to other people. So that's something that I personally always lived. So I was easily aligned with that type of, well, let's say, value and a view or whatever you can call. And I believe it's very important in today's age when we are trying to be exclusive and look only from our own perspective. We need to be more open and more kind of accessible to others as well. We need to go and reach others. So not only that we need to be accessible, so that others can meet us, we also need to go and tell who we are and tell our real values. And today, unfortunately, because of a lot of bad events and a couple bad people, Islamic values are not represented in a way how they are. So the Hizmet, I believe, in my personal humble opinion, is doing what at current days needs to be done. We need to represent our true Islamic values to others. So they need to understand a little bit better than just what a couple bad people are promoting or what some propaganda or media with a certain agenda kind of trying to push. So in my personal opinion, that's something that Hizmet is doing a great job, and I will personally support in that area Hizmet movement as well. During the last couple of years, I had opportunity to visit a couple institutions that they are organized and started by Hizmet movement. Some of them are high schools, some of them are elementary schools, and some of them are college or universities. So in my trip when I visited Turkey, I was able to see one of the schools in Niğde, and I was very impressed with the school, with the program, with the open heart that the kids there have over there. And literally that area is, in our language, Niğde is, the word is Niğde is somewhere else. It's very far from the kind of the busy areas. So it was literally somewhere very far, and having that type of the level of education on that place, in my opinion, was extremely important. Another school that I visited, Actually, it was university, Birch University in Sarajevo. Since I'm from Sarajevo, I had the opportunity to go and visit Birch University. And even when I introduced myself to dean of that university, and I mentioned this is a Turkish university, the first thing that he replied to me is not Turkish or Hizmet. This is yours university. And I believe that's very, very important message that we need to send. The schools that Hizmet opening is not Turkish schools or Hizmet schools. Those are institutions that they are open to serve that society in that particular area, and that should be the school of that area or region or whatever country. So that's how I view. And of course, if you don't have anything that through that institution pushing some agenda, and in that case you can say, oh, this is something, this is such and such a school doing for somebody. I didn't see any agenda that has been pushed to these schools beside trying to teach science good manner. When you have a good teacher, even when you teach science, but when your manners are good, you're teaching also good manner to kids. So I saw that. I see a lot of good teaching provided by these schools. Let me talk about charitable work that Hizmet movement does. I was also able to see a couple charitable organizations that was kind of influenced by Hizmet. And I see involvements in many different areas. They didn't help only necessarily people that practice Islam or that they are in certain area or region. They primarily try to help humanity. And in my personal opinion, it's very important to help and reach others, no matter are they different religion, different ethnic groups, or different views, or whatever. If somebody is in a need for some help, we need to reach to these people. That's our duty, that's our obligation. Because if God gifted us with some good health, a good wealth, we need to share that. We need to help others. So seeing that from the first hand, how Hizmet helps in many different areas, also aligned with my teaching and what I was taught when I was young, to help others no matter what. If somebody is in need, we need to help them out. That's our duty, that's our obligation. What I'm gonna also briefly touch, I know that's very, very kind of touchy subject, especially today. I know that a lot of movement like Hizmet gonna be criticized or gonna be praised by others. So there's always a motivation behind that. I was kind of raised to look for what we call, and I believe in Turkish also you call niyet. What's your real intention of doing certain things? I didn't find any other niyet or intention of Hizmet movement or people that are part of the Hizmet beside to pleasing God and helping humanity. So that's an extremely important message that needs to be sent to all other people. I don't see any political agenda. I don't see anything beside helping other and reaching other and promoting interfaith dialogue, promoting Islam in a way how should be promoted. I can also go back a little bit about when you ask me about Mr. Fethullah Gulen, and when I talk about university and teaching and how you judge and value certain people from certain university. I know sometimes we are talking about, especially today's, it's a very common phrase about parallel state or about some hidden agenda. if you think about deeply about that, you can find that everywhere. You can say one very important university has people everywhere in many different areas, from judiciary to police to some education. So you can flag them and say, hey, they have some hidden agenda from that university. Or whenever, you can always, if you like to find something, you can always easily find something to blame. We should always look into niyat and intention and results what people doing, not some hidden or some secret things. Of course, we should be always careful. I personally was careful. I'm not a young guy, and I came here without knowing any word in English. And again, I came here with 36-year-old man. So I was extremely careful who should I meet before I even can find myself. Then after establishing my family in the United States, I was really careful to making contacts to certain people. So I'm not a guy that can easily be fake. So why I'm saying this, I'm saying that because I'm very, very grateful by meeting people from Hizmet. And I cannot say any other words than the nice words about every single person that I met. So that's really my personal kind of view of Hizmet itself.